Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here, bringing another nerdy video. I am back with some Star Wars content. At the time of this release, this should be releasing in the month of May. Now if you're watching this after the month of May, hey, welcome to the channel. But for those of you that are watching this in the month of May, happy Star Wars month on the Celtic Nerd channel. So for this month, folks, we have decided to go with Knights of the Old Republic. Hopefully 1 and 2, but let's see if we can at least finish off 1. Now, you might notice from the button icons on the bottom of my screen, I am playing via the Xbox original emulator via the Xbox Series X. This is because I did attempt to record this on PC, but the game crashed several times, and there were several bugs. Such as moments when my character would literally not respond to my button presses on my keyboard. Yes, on my keyboard. So, unfortunately, I decided, you know what, no harm in doing it. Let's just start over from scratch. It is the 8th of April, as I'm now getting ready to do a Star Wars video every single day. And again, if there's enough video, if I get to the 1st of April and I have like 60 videos, it might be 2 videos a day. But we'll see. So, let's see here, folks. Now, because I do not have the mod that allows me to remove class restriction on certain things, it does sort of limit our class skills. Because again, folks, this game is based on a D&D system. It is based on 3rd edition D&D. So which means there are certain things that our character will not be good at. But because unlike in modern RPGs with a party system, where you have companions that can lead the party during dialogue moments, that doesn't exist. So it is this main character that will ultimately dictate all dialogue. So we're going to go into custom character because it don't tell us what are the specialities of the character until we get into custom. So we're just gonna, there you go, here's our attributes. It doesn't matter, we're just gonna pick recommended and then move on, and then we're gonna go into skills. Now this is the most important section, folks, is the skills. Okay, so wow, Persuade is a cross skill, so we definitely might want to second guess this class. Let's see, what is this class even good at? They're good at computers, demolitions. This scout is not good at stealth. I repeat, this scout is not good at stealth. Wow. Awareness makes sense. Repair makes sense. Security. A scout should be able to lockpick and treat injuries. Okay, so we're going to back up. So we definitely don't want to be a scout. Now, so I'm pretty sure the soldier is not proficient in persuasion. Let's just double check. I always like going with this particular portrait. We'll take the recommendations just to get to the skills. No computer, demolitions, no stealth, awareness, no persuasion, no repair, no security, no class. So the soldier has like the fewest amount of class skills, which is shocking. Now, normally in Knights of the Old Republic 2, this wouldn't be a big issue because you have the fee that allows you to add a skill that is not normally there, but this game doesn't have that fee, so we actually do need to be a bit careful. Now, the soldier would give us an edge in the early sections of the game, folks. So let's see here. The Scoundrel has high dex recommended with decent con and strength. Intelligence is a 14 and wisdom's a 12 and charisma is a 10. We're going to actually take some extra dip. We're going to take 2 points away from our thing, and we are going to bump them. We're gonna bump them both into charisma and intelligence. Oh, it's cost 2 to increase them. That's why. Yeah, that's why they would both went away. Fair enough. Fair enough. We might just leave it then. Yeah. Now see, this gets us our persuasion, which can initially starts on a +4. And see, because it's a cross skill, it's it stops us. It maxes us out at 2. It is very frustrating. But like I said, if we go, this will give us an edge towards later in the game when this will give us an edge later down the line. Ranked in the skill is compared with low, extreme, request class difficulty class, low, medium, or high. Relative to player level, a guard might easily agree to increase a bounty, but convincing them to leave his post would be much harder. But there's some that can help us out early game if we pick this soldier. Like, you know, we'll go soldier. No, so we'll take the recommended. Now, I am not looking to use a lightsaber. I'm gonna basically be a dex-based soldier. We are going to bump up charisma, and you know, we're actually going to take some points out of con and put it into intelligence. Right, so early on we are going to take points into these. Oh boy, there you go, that is costly. We literally put points only into our cross skills, but it's sort of worth it towards the early start, folks. So See, the reason why I'm leaning towards this is because we typically have no blaster rifle people towards until like the very end of this planet, the early game. You know what? No, we'll go with the scoundrel, folks. Pretty much, yeah. There we go. Skills. Wow, the recommendation is nothing in persuasion. Okay, no. Absolutely not. There we go. The game recommends that we put it into that. Like, I would rather take the points out of... Oh, wow. You know, take the points out of awareness and put them into treat injury. And there's a reason why treat injury is... I would agree that treat injury is best taken early on. Okay, so... Now, as you can see, folks, our character is not going to be exceptionally skilled at weapons at no point in the game. Or, sorry, like, at least when it comes... Yeah, actually, when it comes to blasters. We are... How's our... Yeah, actually, yeah, all weapons. Wow, dear God. We're going to be entirely reliant on... that initial... Like, we're going to be entirely reliant on just... sneak attack, dear God. So we're definitely going to make sure we always have a tanky person in the group. Now we are going to take this as well, folks, initially, because we want that extra health, and then eventually when we reach level A, we would also get this, which will give us a damage reduction. And again, there's a reason why we really would want this. Actually, we might want to grab the blaster pistol for the attack bonus. Actually, no. If we're going to grab a boost to weapons, our combat thing will be this. Bonus to attack and defense. So yeah, we're going to do this one. It doesn't really matter what we name our character. So there we go.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time. I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive. You swore an oath to protect Bastila when you signed up with this mission, just like everyone else in the crew. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I know she may not have an official rank in the fleet, but she's the one in charge of this mission, and it's our duty to protect her. I know all about your reputation, how you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. And I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. But now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet, and Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack. Don't be stupid. You won't stand a chance against the Sith by yourself. We gotta stick together if you want to make it out of this alive. So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here. Okay, let's move. We should stick together. Because of the attack. Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
This is KOTOR. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated. That door's locked, and I don't have the codes to open it. You'll have to use your security skill on it if we want to get past. These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic! Sure.
Oh, I just explained something, folks, but I realized my mic was actually muted. So one of the things I want to explain was how this would work if I was in more modern D&D. So right now I only have a +1 bonus to my armor. So like, let's say +15. So the way my armor is calculated must be not entirely off my dexterity, because we have a +3. So that means our default is 15. So that means our default must be 12. So it starts off at 12. And then it goes up. Actually, maybe there's an explanation in the somewhere in the database. Let's see here. No. Let's see, scripts. No, that's how my character defaults. Yeah, I don't want him to be. Yeah, go with default attacks. Yeah, there's no real explanation on how all this is calculated. So, if I was... Yeah, so it's 15 regardless. Okay. So, the base must be 12. So, we're going to put this on. So, it's a +4 bonus. But then, so this actually is taking my dex into it in consideration. So the bonus is then 16, and then takes dex into account. Yeah. So yeah, we just made ourselves slightly harder to hit, and then boom, there we go. Now, unfortunately, if we equip this, our bonus to our sword is very low. And then even if we, yeah, like regardless of what level sword we have, it's still just a +1. So I'd rather take the extra chances to hit. Now I've noticed that ranged weapons seem to, like, I'll give an example. Ranged weapons seem to not get any kind of modifiers to the damage, but melee weapons do. So for example, we have our companion here. We just equipped him with a longsword. So now his minimum damage, as you see there, folks, is 4 to a maximum of 14. Now in this case we'll put it to 3 to 8, okay? And he has a +6 to hit. But if we were to switch to me and I equip the same weapon, my minimum damage is 1 to 6 +1. Now that's because I have no bonuses to my strength. Short sword, there's no finesse in this game, folks. So, yeah, it's interesting that it's only melee weapons that get the modifiers to the damage. Now, he has a +6 to hit with both weapons. But I'm going to keep him with the longsword because I like that extra minimum to damage. Like what? Okay, yeah. So he's level 3 as we're level 1. So that's we have an extra powerful bodyguard with us. Okay. Now again, because we have him set up basically as our tank, we're going to send him in first. So there you go. Because our sniping attack increases our crit range and gives us a chance to stun our enemies, but it does also give us a -5 to our defenses. So it's very important. So it's actually very important that we make sure we're not the main focus. No, he's after taking some damage as well.
It's Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
Alright. 2 more enemies. Now that the enemy's focused on him. There we go. We'll go for the extra crits. Nope, he finished him. Now he has no armor, folks, so his defense is actually quite garbage, as we've seen there. Like, his dexterity is okay. Well, okay, what? How's his dexterity so low? Hold on. He has +2, and yet he only has a 13. How is this game determining? Now, okay, we have the dual-wielding fee, but our base was still 15. What is this game determining all this stuff based on? Also, I just realized we could have really upped his damage to that. Like, okay, no, I guess he doesn't have the dual-wielder fee. How do I check feats? Oh, he has the dueling feat. Okay. So yeah, he's only ever give him 1 weapon. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. Now he gets his +6. I don't understand why he has such low armor when he has +2 to Dex. Our Dex is only 1 better than his, and yet we're getting a significantly better thing. Like, dear gods, this I have no idea how this game calculates armor. It must be more than just dexterity and armor, because dear god, that's ridiculous.
No problem. The bridge is just beyond that door. You better equip your melee weapon. There isn't much room on the bridge, and it's suicide to use a blaster in close quarters. I should equip a melee weapon too. Either that or I'll have to stay back and use my blaster.
Alright, so this is again a handy little tidbit, because in every edition of D&D you cannot, you do not want to be in melee when, yeah, you don't want to be in melee with a ranged weapon. Alright, so we're gonna make him open the door.
We'll be fighting in close quarters.
So yeah, now he's taking the front of the attacks. We're gonna try and use the snipe ability. We'll take. Oh, never mind. Oh, thank God he shifted.
They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
That was a good thing, because that guy came right up into melee. Alright, so we're going to bump up our speed because we really should as the lead protagonist. We're going to want to up security. And then also stealth. Now we have 2 points. We could put them into awareness, but I'm gonna actually save them. Alright, now we have our feet. So there we go. I could increase our health. And then that way, as early as level 4, we can get this. Yeah. There we go. There's a backpack here. It gives us another blaster pistol. Credits. Right. Now I'm gonna do something a little weird. We're gonna just take his gear. Just take everything off him.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
See, now, him doing that implicates that he is not... Okay, he is Force sensitive. He is not able to manipulate the Force, but he is connected enough to sense things. Because remember, it was... like, there are characters that are Force sensitive that do not end up becoming Jedi because they're not particularly strong enough, or they just need to get trained.
Your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
So, as I was saying, like, for example, Han is an example of a force sensitive person who never gets trained. Now, mind you, I don't think he was ever strong enough to get trained, but all this force sensitivity really does is it gives them what appears to be heightened reflexes. Or like just exceptionally good reflexes. Now it's just me and this one guy, so we're gonna take him on. Alright, we're doing well with our extra defense because we're only using one pistol. There we go. Now, I will say, I do really enjoy the fact that compared to when I tried this on the PC, folks, my character was not doing the dodge animations. He was just sort of standing there, like he wouldn't actually dodge or duck or anything like that. Like he just stood there. At least in here, my character's trying to, you know, he's more actively moving around. Alright, we only have the one enemy. We got a crit there with that 12 damage. That was brilliant. Very off the bat. Like, there we go. That's what the PC was often doing. There we go.
There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
Now, this is all to teach us, you know, don't just charge in. You know, there might be alternate solutions. Again, they really designed this tutorial to be as universal as they can. The only real thing that doesn't show up is persuasion. They give us a nice chance to use stealth. They give us a nice chance to, you know, use grenades. And now they're giving us a chance to use computer or repair skills to solve another problem. So we're going to first start off with computer. So here we go. It costs only 4 to overload it. Excellent. So we get 150 for initially just completing that challenge. But then we also get like a bunch of 75s for killing those enemies. And we're going to now get some extra XP by spending 6 of the repair parts to fix this droid. So we get 130 for that. And the reason why I did that, folks, is because, again, I'm trying to grab every bit of XP as I can in these early stages. We're level 2, remember, we want to get to level 4 so we can get some damage reduction via some feats. And we're a good bit along the way, 2155. Alright, so we're going to loot whatever remains are there. We got an ion blaster and prototype vibroblade, which is going to be our first customizable weapon.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, you can hide out on the planet below. I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left in the Endar Spire. Basilisk escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
Should really turn on vibrations. So we just, I think we completed a quest or we completed a milestone. And so we got an extra 250 from that. So pretty handy. Now we're only short 600 XP. Alright, so we're reaching a point which will be good as a stopping point in terms of a video. So I have to be really ready on my hotkeys now. Alright guys, folks, this will be marking the end of this video. We'll be back with more videos shortly after a cutscene. I'm going to try and save. I'm going to do my sign off now, so that way we can start the next video at a nice appropriate moment. I'm the Celtic Nerd, signing off. One name, one sky.